Fujifilm just came out with the new Instax Wide Evo, their latest and greatest when it comes to the Instax lineup. Now, I am personally more of a professional shooter, but I absolutely love Fujifilm's Instax lineup. And that is because I think it is the best way to print your photos and print memories to keep forever. Now let's talk about the Instax Wide Evo and all the best new features about it. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the new design of the Instax Wide Evo. It features this square looking design with this new texture on the side. Honestly, it makes it feel like a high-end camera, like similarly to the GFX lineup by Fujifilm. On the back is basically a very large LCD screen, which is your viewfinder and the way you will see the world around you with the Instax. Plus, we have a lot of new buttons and dials that we will talk about in this video. Now, the first dial that we are going to talk about is the dial on the right side of the Instax Wide Evo, which is basically how you change your film effects when it comes to the design or style of the photo that you want to take. And there's 10 different film effects that you can choose from, similarly to the Instax Mini Evo or the other Instaxes that we have. Now, the left rotating dial is how you change your lens effects. And we have 10 lens effects to play with. So now you have 10 lens effects and 10 film effects, which means you have many combinations to play with. But that is not all. With the new Instax Wide Evo, if you rotate the front element, you can change the strength of that lens effect. So if you want more vignetting or less vignetting, or if you want more light leaks or less light leaks, this is how you can change the degree of strength. It's also a very nice fidget spinner. Now, pressing the button on top lets you add film styles to your photos, similarly to these old Instagram filters that add a date or a film strip or make it cinematic. And when you print your photos, you will basically get these film styles embedded in your prints. Now, speaking of printing, the way you print is very, very cool. We have this dial over here on the right side of the Instax. You pull it out, you spin it, you get this nice animation, and then you print. It's similar to the old ways we used to roll film, and I think it is a very nice touch. Now, another cool feature is that this camera is actually 16 megapixels when shooting in its wide format. However, there is a wide angle switch on front of the Instax that when you turn it off, it will shoot a more portrait kind of photo, and this way you will only use 5 megapixels instead of the whole 16 megapixels. But if you don't want a wider view, you can switch it off and then you can take your portrait photos, or you can switch it back on to take advantage of the full 16 megapixel sensor and take a wider photo. Now, this camera does also have autofocus and face detection. It's not the best, but it does its job. Now, Fujifilm also did something really cool by adding a joystick on the back to help you navigate your menu. And the menu is pretty intuitive and very easy to use, where you can adjust your exposure, you can set a self timer, you can turn on your flash or turn it off based on your liking. And you can also shift your white balance based to your liking, which adds another layer of customization. So now you have 6 film styles, 10 film simulations, and 10 lens effects to play with. All these combined together give you almost infinite number of customization that you can play with and change to your liking. Now, pretty much because it is an Instax camera, the quality of the photos is not the most amazing quality, but that means you'll only need a microSD, probably like 8 gigs, and you can get thousands of photos out of this. You don't need much more than that. Now, with the new Instax Wide Evo, we also have a new Instax app. And with this new app, there's a lot of new features that are actually very useful. First off, you can control your Instax Wide Evo remotely using your phone. You can also transfer images from your phone directly to print to the Instax Wide Evo, so you don't really have to print photos that you took with the Instax. You can actually print photos from your phone. You also get access to all the photos that you took with your Instax Wide Evo for you to share later on social media. And there will also be a new Discover section on the app, which is basically like a social media feature, which lets you see other creators' styles and effects, and you can actually save those so you can use them yourself later on in the future. Now, I have previously used the Instax Evo, and I also made a video on it. You can see right here, which I said is the best hybrid Instax camera on the market, but this absolutely blows it out of the water when it comes to features. This is their latest and greatest when it comes to Instax, and it will retail for 480 Canadian or 350 US dollars. Now, similarly to the Instax Evo, there's different film types that you can buy, and my favorite is pretty much the black border ones, as I think it makes everything look nice and clean. And as always, if you want, you should definitely buy an album, which helps you save all the photos you printed for the future so you can show them off to people and friends. But that is a quick recap on the Instax Wide Evo, just a quick first look and overview on its new features and the new design. Let me know if you will be getting one. I think it's the best Instax camera right now, and I don't think anything will beat it for a long time. Definitely worth checking out if you're a person who loves taking photos, printing them, and you don't even have to print photos that you've taken here. You can print your own high quality photos. So that is also a great feature. But that is it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.